everyone, you want to paint your wall half orange and half blue. And if you divide both sections with JK, and here's your J and K right here, and this is where you're dividing it. Will the sections of the wall be equal? Use the diagram to justify your answer. So the sections are congruent, and that's because everything is marked. Do you see all the ticker marks and all the angles? It's a rectangle here. All the angles are 90 degrees. So let's fill in some of this information. From the diagram, angle A is congruent to angle C. And what's congruent to angle B? That would be angle D is congruent to angle B. And this is by the right angle congruence theorem. So right angle congruence. I'll just do that, congruence theorem. Also, AB is parallel. So here's AB. Is parallel to DC here. And that is by the, I'm going to write it here. So for this one, I'm going to write it right here. So that's going to be the lines perpendicular to a transversal. So here's your transversals right in here. All right. JK is a transversal. That's what I just said. So that's a transversal of A and B. AB and DC. So angle 1 right here is congruent to angle 4. And the one congruent to angle 3 is angle 2. So it's angle 2, and I'm making a mess here, so I'm going to... And this is by the alternate interior angles theorem. So I'll write it here. Alternate, because of the transversal thing. Alternate interior angles theorem. All right, so now we're starting here. The diagram shows that AJ, so here, is congruent to KC, or CK. So CK. And we also have KD. Where's KD? KD is right here. Is congruent to KJ. So KD is congruent to JB, and DA is congruent to BC. Where's that at? DA, yeah, it's congruent to BC. So by the reflexive property, so we're going to use the reflexive property. JK is congruent to JK. Because all corresponding parts are congruent, and AJKD, therefore AJKD is congruent to, and that's going to be CKJB. CKJB. And just remember, write this in order, like you see it, because A is congruent to C. So if you have AJKD, then in CKJB, these need to be in the right order. So A needs to go with the C, the J needs to go with the K, and K needs to go with the J. That's just the other way. And D has to go with the B. Just make sure you put them in order. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.